Let's talk about a major new partnership that's about to completely change the game for East Africa's digital landscape. We're going to break down how this incredible alliance is planning to build the future of the region's technology, one secure server at a time. Let's dive in.
But first, I want to ask you a pretty fundamental question. As Africa is going through this massive digital revolution, have you ever stopped to think about where all of that data actually lives? The answer to that question, or maybe the lack of an answer, is becoming one of the most critical issues for the continent's future. And honestly, it's the whole reason this new partnership even exists.
Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the digital boom that set the stage for all of this. Then, we'll get into the big problem it created, the sovereignty dilemma. After that, we'll meet the strategic alliance that's stepping up with a solution, figure out what a sovereign cloud actually is, and finally, explore what this means for Africa.
So let's set the scene. Right now, East Africa is in the middle of a huge digital transformation. I mean, across the entire region, businesses, governments, regular people, everyone is creating and using data like never before. This absolute explosion of data has created the perfect launchpad for a massive technological leap forward. But, that kind of super fast growth always comes with challenges, and this one's a biggie. The idea of data sovereignty has suddenly become a defining issue for the whole continent. And believe me, that's not just some corporate buzzword. It's a real, critical problem that needs a solution, like yesterday.
It really all boils down to some pretty tough questions for leaders in the region. They're asking, wait a minute, where is our most sensitive data? Our government secrets? Our corporate info? Where is it actually being stored? Who's really in charge of it? And are we even following our own laws for data protection? These are urgent questions that absolutely demanded a local answer.
And that answer has just arrived. It's a brand new tripartite agreement. You've got three major players coming together, and each one brings something unique to the table to tackle this data sovereignty problem head on. So let's meet the team. Now, what's so smart about this is how perfectly these three fit together. It's like a puzzle. You've got TCS, the global tech powerhouse, bringing the actual cloud technology and security platform. Then you have Sybyl, the local champion with 3 decades of experience in the region, handling the on-the-ground setup and support. And finally, iXAfrica provides the physical home for it all, a massive, state-of-the-art data center campus.
So what are they building together? It's something called a sovereign cloud, and it's a really innovative solution designed to do one thing really well: keep a country's most important digital assets right where they belong, at home.
So what does that actually mean? Well, simply put, a sovereign cloud is a cloud system that guarantees all data is stored and processed inside a specific country's borders. That means it's all subject to that nation's own laws and governance. The analogy here is perfect. Just think of it as a national bank, but for data. It's secure, it's local, and it's governed by local rules.
And boom, this approach completely solves that sovereignty dilemma we were talking about. It makes sure data stays local, which means it automatically complies with national laws and gives the nation total operational control. But, and this is really important, this isn't about isolating the country from the rest of the world. It's about getting the best of both worlds, using world-class tech and advanced AI, but all within a secure, nationally controlled framework.
And just listen to what TCS's head of cloud has to say. He's making it clear that this isn't some rigid, one-size-fits-all product. Nope, it's a powerful, adaptable system that can be customized for any client, all while hitting the absolute highest standards for privacy and security. Okay, so that's the tech, but what does this actually mean for people, for businesses, for governments in Africa? Well, this is about so much more than just technology. At its very core, this is a massive step towards real digital independence for East Africa. The CEO of Sybyl, Shailendra Yadav, just lays out the real-world benefits so clearly. He's talking about cutting economic risks from foreign currency swings and changing political winds. He's talking about making sure services stay online, period. And maybe most importantly, he's talking about creating high-skilled jobs for Kenyans and other Africans right there at home. And just so we're all on the same page, this is not a small project. The iAfrica Data Center campus that's going to host all this has a design capacity of 22.5 megawatts. That makes it the single largest data center project in the entire East African region, built to serve over 500 million people. The scale here is just staggering.
The CEO of iXAfrica, Snehar Shah, really ties it all together perfectly with this statement. He says, this isn't just about storing data. It's about making absolutely sure that African data stays in Africa, where it can be used securely and sustainably to power the next wave of local innovation. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, the takeaway is crystal clear. This isn't just one more deal. This is a foundational move. It strengthens the entire region's digital backbone, it kickstarts local innovation, and it positions East Africa to become a major technology hub for the rest of the continent.
Which, of course, leaves us with one last massive question. We've just seen the plan for East Africa, but could this unique combination, global tech, deep local expertise, and world-class infrastructure, could this be the blueprint for digital independence for all of Africa? Now that is something worth watching very, very closely.